Hey there, hi there, ho there, and welcome to my celebration of a year retired. And what am I going to do instead of relaxing? I'm going to take y'all down to the river. Right now, plus 12 feels like 9 or 8. It's kind of cold and it's windy, but I've been to the river 3 times this week, and each time it was too hot for the birds. I haven't seen my birds yet. And I'm missing my dad, and the birds have always meant something to me. So come with me as we celebrate together a year of being retired. And as I review what a year being retired really means, she knows, for me, it's been it's been an interesting year. The first year of retirement, I thought, retired, put up your feet, and no more concerns. And that really isn't the case. So, to anybody that's getting near retirement, there are a whole bunch of things that I did right, but I didn't know I did to did. Yeah, let's leave that. Oh, windy. I'm going to go anyway. I'm going to go to the river. I want to see if I can see the birds. I want to go down there and have a talk with you and show you the river, how it's raising. And today's going to be for all audiences, even though I may have some of my medication with me, because I want my grandchildren to be able to look and say, so, Papa, congratulations on being retired. Somebody behind me, so I will pause for a minute. You know what? I would almost bet. Yeah, there was the person behind me. Oh, look at this weird cat. It's got a funny haircut. Hang on a sec. Here we are. Look at that weird cat. Like a lion's tail. Meow. Meow. There you go. There you go. Pretty kitty. Yeah, pretty kitty. And now it's gone. Folks, hang on. More people. I'll pause. So, one of the most important things that I learned in this past year was you need to really research, and I wish I had done more of it at the beginning of your retirement, because there's choices you have to make. And I'm sure it's different with some pension plans, but you got to figure out, first of all, you're retired, any extended health care, do it yourself. It's going to cost you, but it's tax deductible. Your taxes, you need to figure out how much needs to be deducted from each check. You also, at least for me, I had to get used to, instead of being paid every 2 weeks, 26 times a year, I'm paid 12 times a year at the end of the month. It makes things different, not difficult. But thank goodness I made some good choices about extended health care, and I made good choices and got a fair amount deducted from my income tax. And the only way to know if you've done it right is a year later, now, file your income taxes, and are you in debt or are you getting a return? And then you adjust, and then from then on, it just is what it is. And that's where I am now. I had to pay a little bit extra in tax. So now I know my tax situation for every year following. Things won't change much. And learning to live on the basis that, never mind that and. I don't know where that was going, but I'm going to leave it in there. This severe weather change. Yesterday it was 26 degrees. For the last week it's been hot and sunny. Today, really, really cold and windy. And tomorrow back to sunny. That kind of thing just kills my fibromyalgia. A little bit off topic, but you know what? Again, retired. I have more time to look after myself. And that's cool. And you know, there are some who will say, I had someone say, I work for a living, you lazy ass. Beep. Yeah, I'm not lazy. I worked for a living for 44 years. I now don't. I don't have to, because I was smart enough and privileged, hardworking enough. And my dad rang it into my head. My dad always said to me when he retired, you stick with your retirement plans with your pension that you're contributing to, because he says, Gordon, look at me. I'm 55 years old. I have grade 8 education, and I'm retired with a good income. So if I can give any advice, and I don't like to give advice, but this one's a good one. If you don't have a retirement package in the company you're working for, get one with a bank. Protect yourself for your future. Because thank goodness, here I am now, living in this area, and I can make it day to day, week to week, month to month, and year to year, until this guy says goodbye. Let's morph to the river. Watch the background change. And just like that, the background changes. But Gord's still Gord. I'm down here. It's windy. It's cold. And the river has actually dropped a little. I don't think we're going to have any flood this year. We didn't have a lot of snow in the winter. So why don't I move from this spot to where I usually see the birds, and let's see if we can talk to the birds for a bit. Cheers. And now we've moved into the area that I usually see the birds. I've got the seed out, but I haven't seen a bird at all walking in here. So while we sit and wait, because usually that's what it takes. I just saw a bird fly by, but it wasn't a black-capped chickadee. I can explain a little more about retiring. Sorry, folks, I just had some of my medicine. I am 1 year retired, and I don't think I've quite learned how to enjoy it yet. You know, I can understand how some workaholics, I was a workaholic. Oh, I can't think of too many days I worked 8 hours. Most of the time, especially when I was on the road, I was working 10 to 16 hours, sleep a bit in the hotel after a few beers long ago, and then back to work. So if it wasn't for 10 years of disability, having to be at home, accept all those things you got to do while you're on disability to prove yourself, I've already had a little bit of that boredom. But there were so many other things you had to do during that time. For this past year, there's nothing I have to do. There's nothing I must do. There's a lot of things I'd like to do that I haven't had the ability, and now I'm slowly getting to the part that I have the ability. I have saved enough money, that I have enough in the bank that I can do things like next weekend. I'm going to take my son, and you guys will come on the trip. I know you will. To Drumheller to see the dinosaur museum there. Drumheller Museum, Alberta Museum of Paleontology. And if you wait long enough, it happens. That made my day. That made my day, even if it's only that one bird that came and got some food. Usually that one bird will tell a few friends, and they'll tell a few friends, and they'll tell a few friends. But maybe not. But the point is, the very important point, especially I'm talking about retirement. My dad retired from the same company. My brother has retired from this same company. And when I'm here, the moment I have a bird on my hand like I just did, I'm connected to my dad. And here we go again. Here we go again. You know I love that. I absolutely love that. And there's that bird right in the... I'll move it like that so that we can get... There's the best view of it eating the seed that it just grabbed from me. If we wait long enough, it'll just come back. My arm got sore, and it has left that spot, and I was wrong. It did not come back. So folks, I am going to leave some seed here for the birds. Just right there. And let them enjoy. I've gotten what I wanted out of this to share with you. One of the things that I found really helps in my retirement is having something to occupy your time. Not only just coming down feeding the birds, but YouTube is a very good hobby of mine now to keep me busy. And that's very important. If any of you are near retirement and you think you got it in the bag because you have a retirement package, good for you. But have you thought about all that free time and what you're going to do? I'm not one of those retired people that can just hop in the bus that I had because I've been divorced twice and lost everything twice. So you got to think about that. What are you going to do from the day you retire to the day you retire? Find a solution. The hippie will join you. Peace and cheers, friends. Love and harmony.